Welcome to a brand new episode of Lunch with Doug Plus, a unique and fun experience brought to you by the Music Exerbia Project. We are here today thanks to the generous support of our esteemed sponsors. John's Barbershop, located at 121 West Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Walk-ins only, no appointment needed. The American Legion Post number 2, located at 402 East Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri, newly remodeled with a clean, fresh look. Hey everybody, welcome to the show today. I'm here with Kevin Wiles, the most innovative, creative guy that I've met so far. How are you today, Kevin?
I'm good. Thank you.
Well, I'll jump right to the chase. I found you through the algorithms of this K-Mart van project you have. And I was like, this guy and this project is so cool. I was like, I have got to reach out to him. I've got to talk to him. So,
Thank you.
are you a longtime Kmart fan?
No, this sort of, my name being Kevin with the K, and you go back to when I was a kid, Kmart was the store. Walmart was out there, but Kmart was the top dog. And I just have good memories of my mom. She would take me to Kmart and get me a Hot Wheels car if I didn't act a fool at the doctor's office, getting a shot or something. And just good memories. You always look back with these with positive memories of places, when you're a kid, at least. As you grow older, you get more jaded to places and things. But yeah.
Yeah. And so you had the van sitting around. You have an old, like, 1980s cargo van, right?
It's actually a 1969 van.
Oh, it's older than I thought. Okay, so it's 69 van. And then you just decided you liked Kmart. You said, I'm going to make this look like a Kmart van. And then you got, I guess, retro stock and stuff you're putting in there.
So, you see a lot of times people in the automotive world and collector cars, they'll do patina lettering. They'll do like a speed shop or like a farm or champion spark plugs or some Coca-Cola or something, but it always looks sort of fake. But my idea was to come up with something that only a lunatic would letter their van Kmart, because it looks really authentic. It doesn't look like something somebody would just come up with off the top of their head. So it gives it that authentic, what am I really looking at here type of vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, when you designed it, because I guess you do this lettering, you probably do race cars and stuff too. Is that what you do, like, with your real time?
In the past, I have done other replica type of vehicles. I did a Bobby Allison 1972 Monte Carlo NASCAR. It was a Coca-Cola red and gold number 12 Monte Carlo. And it was a big hit. It was in magazines like Super Chevy and all that stuff. But I sold that vehicle, and it actually went to Coca-Cola in Atlanta, Georgia.
Nice.
And but for this, I just had the idea. I had several things in mind. I thought about going with Krispy Kreme donuts or something that everybody loves. I even thought, what if I did a Showbiz Pizza van?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Something that everybody looks back on and loves. I mean, who doesn't love a Krispy Kreme? But in the end, I had this Mountain Dew idea. And I started looking at old Mountain Dew toy trucks and stuff for inspiration. And I found a toy that had those stripes, that check mark stripe. Of course, it was green and red, Mountain Dew colors. But I took that influence and I appended it to the Kmart idea.
Yeah.
So, and then I took the idea to make it more like a local Kmart store van with the Anderson, South Carolina lettering at the bottom.
Yeah. Nice. And you've got the van is complete now, or are you still working on it?
There's still a few things to do with it, but and the inside is completely bare, just like it would have been new, just totally bare, still white walls on the inside. Um, and but there's still a little bit of work to be done, but it's so hot. It's 98 degrees here in South
Oh
Carolina.
yeah. Oh yeah. So the picture I saw probably is was your design, which looked real. The picture I saw looked real. It looked, you must have mocked that up, right?
Yes, I did that in paint shop, and then showed that to the guy who did the lettering,
Mm-hmm.
which was about a week ago today that
Nice,
he
nice.
actually did the lettering. I'll send you some pictures of that as well.
Yeah. Now, so when I saw that, like that's just viral. So you're basically just going viral. You haven't done any advertising or anything. That's just all organic viral. That's going with that thing, right?
Right. My YouTube channel, uh, which I've been doing for about 2 or 3 years of showing like documenting the complete mechanical restoration of this van. And it was a slow growth of that. As soon as I hit, for some reason, the world is kind of a funny, strange place, but as soon as I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about making this a Kmart van," it just exploded with
Yeah.
popularity.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was crazy. And like, for me, because I'm kind of in the music world mostly, but I'm really, we like to talk to lots of creative people, and stuff. So I get a lot of stuff, but I was like, wow, this is so cool. And like, I like Kmart, but I'm not like crazy Kmart enthusiast or anything. But I was
Right.
just so stoked about, maybe because probably the algorithm brought it to me, maybe because I'm interested in vans that haul, like, cargo for musicians and stuff. And so I
Mm-hmm.
look at that kind of stuff. But yeah, it really stood out. I was like, this guy is so creative with this. It's going to be a great project. Um, so when you do this, you said, now I'm learning because I didn't know this before. You've done this before. And then is that going to be the intent with the Kmart van? You'll probably sell it, or you'll take it to some shows, maybe win some awards. What happens?
I'm the type of car enthusiast that I have no intention of ever selling anything that I build. A lot of people
Sure.
you see on TV, they're just flippers. They just constantly looking at the dollar bill. But I put a lot of love into my stuff. And in fact, I put so much love and attention and effort and money into my stuff that I don't think I could ever really sell it for, what I've invested into it or make a
Mm-hmm.
profit at all. So I never go into anything with the intention of flipping it. I know that's a lot of people's hobby is flipping old cars, but
Sure.
it's not my thing.
Yeah,
But
but you'll take it to some car shows, show it off, probably,
right,
right?
yeah, I plan on just enjoying it. I like to, maybe drive it once every couple of weeks to the store and
Mm-hmm.
back, and I have a big garage to keep stuff in, so it's not going, it's not outdoors or anything, so it's well preserved.
Yeah.
And I love to take the cars to little cruise ins and stuff. They have a what's called a power tour, hot rod power tour. It's like a 5 day, 5 state, 5 city tour. Thousands and thousands of classic cars descend upon these areas and just they cruise from one event to another. And this event has taken off like in popularity. And some of the coolest people you'll meet on this tour, you know, it's not, it's kind of like the anti-car show, because you go to a car show, you see a whole bunch of old folks sitting in a lounge chair behind their car, and daring anybody to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like the opposite of that. This is getting out on the open road in your classic car and using it through rain or heat or, whatever road hazards and things like that, and just getting out there and just enjoying life. Now it's hot because they have it usually in June. Now
Mm-hmm.
this van has no air condition, so it would be very brave to take this on a power tour, but I
Yeah.
want to do it.
Yeah. Oh, you should. It'll be a hit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
And so of course the van is old enough. It came factory, no air conditioning, right?
that's right. It
And
has heat
tell
but no air.
Tell me about, did you do anything special to, like, is it exactly as it originally was, or did you like soup it up, do anything like that to it when you were
Well,
restoring it?
this van was in someone's backyard, sitting under a tree, for 24 years.
Oof.
And the lady that had it, it was her father's, and she wouldn't go back there near it. She said, "It's creepy. I don't even like to go near it." So it was in the backyard, forgotten about and ignored. And you could tell that the reason it was parked is it must have had a blown head gasket, because the head was off the engine and missing, totally nowhere to be found. And condensation from the air had landed on top of the pistons, and
Uh-huh.
it had seized up the engine to where it wouldn't even turn over with a crowbar, or anything. And so I started looking for a similar engine. And so this van had a 240 cubic inch inline six engine, and I found a 300 cubic inch in the same family, uh, Ford inline six, which is known for its extreme durability. It's like a bulletproof engine. It's almost like an agricultural industrial engine.
Hmm.
So I had it rebuilt. There's a few performance parts on it, but it's fairly stock, so it's not fast or anything, but it'll get the job done.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Well, that's great. So just to an average person that flipped it up, it's going to look pretty much pretty right on underneath there.
Right. Well, the thing about the outside of the van is it's got a lot of patina and wear and scratches, and it's
Uh,
showing its age. But if you look at the engine bay or under the hood or underneath the vehicle at the suspension, the axles, and the brakes, and everything, it's like brand spanking new. So
mhm.
it's been done like mechanically to a
Yeah.
T, but the outside has that patina that I was kind of looking for, in it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what gives it so much character and makes it seem so authentic, doesn't it?
Right. Right. And you have these wheels, that look a little bit out of place. But seeing as how I put Kmart Auto Center on it, it makes sense that it would have a set of custom period correct mag chrome wheels on it.
For
So it
sure.
kind of
Yeah.
goes with the theme.
Now, another weird question is did Kmart even have, they never had an auto center, did they, or did they?
Yes. Most of them, if I recall correctly, would have had an auto center, and they
Okay. They did.
had like they may have had three or four engine bays. I mean, uh, garage bays, and they had a full selection of Kmart branded uh, parts
Oh,
and
nice.
uh, like this is a oil filter that has a Kmart branding on it, and they had tools all Kmart branded, and but yeah, they did oil changes, brakes, front end alignments, all kinds of stuff right at the Kmart.
Okay.
Just like Walmart has a tire and auto center
Sure.
today.
Yeah, we didn't, when I was growing up, we didn't, unfortunately, didn't have a Kmart in our town. As I got older, I saw some Kmart's. I got out and about, but by then, Kmart's were pretty much on the end of the line. They were.
Hmm.
I think by the time I actually really in my adult life experienced Kmart, I think they'd already went bankrupt, and there was like a few Kmart's, however, surviving or whatever. But they were. I don't know how that worked, but they were still there, but they weren't going to be forever or something.
Right. I remember when Kmart still had this old style logo. I felt like Kmart was better under that uh, color scheme and lettering and stuff. When they went to that giant K
Hmm.
with the Mart in the middle of the K, I think from that point forward, I think just consumer
Hmm.
confidence in that went down. I think it was a big mistake, the rebranding that they tried to go through.
Yeah, they
Uh,
tried to make it look cool, and yeah, I'm with you. I do, even though we didn't have one. I saw commercials on TV, and there was one in the nearby cities and stuff. And so I'd be there as a kid a couple times, a few times when we are traveling or whatever. But
mhm.
yeah, the logo did it. Just had some kind of real staying power to me.
Hmm.
I think
That's
you're
that
exactly right.
nostalgia that when you see that logo, it really touches something in your nostalgic heart, that particular Kmart logo and those colors.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they spent tons of time thinking about that up in the marketing department before they
Yeah.
rolled it out. Yeah, and the colors were so like, was it? It was kind of like that. I guess I'm sort of colorblind, but I think it's kind of an orange, right? Kind of.
It's like
Or,
it's a red, but it's really bright almost. It's
uh-huh.
it's definitely got a bit of orange to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that'll catch your attention, when you're going down the highway and you see
It's
that on a
it's
sign. So,
definitely loud. It can't be ignored. I've driven it probably 2 miles since it's been lettered because of this heat.
yeah.
But I've had just in those couple of miles I've driven it, I've noticed people pulling their phones out trying to take a picture while they're still driving down the road. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
very cool. Yeah. So what now you said you did some other cars and stuff and the one that got in the one that bought Coca-Cola bought, you said was in some
mhm.
magazines. Do you submit pictures of will you submit, I guess, of this one? Will you try to get in some magazines and stuff as well?
uh, that'd be cool. Back in the 2000s when I did that Coca-Cola car, there were a lot more magazines out there that had writers and stuff on them that would attend these big shows, and they would select a few cars and pull them to the side and do features on them. I don't know that a lot of that's still happening today, but
Hmm.
that was about 15, 20 years ago that happened. But I'll
Yeah.
I'll talk to anybody that wants to talk about it.
So what else do you do? I know this is or is this is your gig or do you do what else do you do in life as a profession?
I, as a profession, am in the GIS mapping field. If you've ever gone to the county you live in to their website, you can see parcels of land that
Hmm.
they draw out for the tax map. Uh, you have a tax map number. They have to maintain this map of the changes that are occurring and all of the ownership data, addressing, district lines, roads, all these things get mapped out and maintained. And that's GIS mapping, Geographic Information System.
Nice.
And that's what I
Yeah,
do.
that's a pretty sounds like a pretty tedious type of operation for sure.
It's definitely busy, especially with the type of uh, heavy, accelerated development that's happening in our particular county. It's been very busy, a little bit too busy.
Yeah. Now are you involved in any like putting on any car shows or car cruises locally?
Um, for about 4 years, I put on a Christmas toy drive cruise, and we didn't do it this past year. The first 2 years, it was really, really good. We had a lot of cars, about 90 cars, raised a lot of toys for kids around Christmas that their parents were in drug rehab.
Mhm.
So these toys were for those kids. And then for 2 years straight, it rained, and a lot of people with classic cars do not like getting their cars out in the rain, and we
Oh,
had
for
really
sure.
low attendance, so we didn't do it this past year. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll get back to it.
Maybe you'll get back to it. Okay. Cool, cool. Yeah, just trying to learn a little bit about you. It's always interesting the backstory of like people that and the creators out there and what they kind of do and what fuels that creative, mind. So it's
Yeah, I
cool.
figure this office job gives me um, enough of energy when I get home to do something
Hmm.
more, strenuous or outdoorsy like type of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I could see if you were working in a garage all day, then you'd go home. You wouldn't want to work in a garage
Mm,
again.
exactly.
Uh,
Yeah.
I could see that would be a thing. I have some friends that I talk to that are when they talk about it, I was like, "Oh, could you do this or something?" They're like, "I don't even want to think about that when I get home." And I was like, "Your
Mhm.
job is so cool and it's so interesting, but then I get it. If you do it all day, you're not gonna want to be not gonna want to have that fire lit. So yeah. Well, that's exciting, man. I'm gonna pull that picture from your page if that's okay, and I'll show the
Mhm.
picture I'm referencing. I'll show that to our audience here in a minute, so they can see the van, and if that's okay with you.
Sure, yeah.
K-Mart shoppers, stop by the men's department where a wide assortment of sweaters and shaker knits, cottons, and jacquards are available in the newest colors and styles. Our fleece tops and pants for men's and boys are made in the USA and are available in a rainbow of colors at a low K-Mart price.
And I guess there's no Kmart's left in America, so you can't go like park in their parking lots, or are there?
Well, you know, with this van, you can't help but to learn more and more about Kmart for some odd reason. I know that's a very odd subject to be um, knowledgeable on, but there is one in Florida that's remaining, just one.
Oh
And
my.
then there are some in the I think Guam and the Virgin Islands, but only one in the continental United States, and it's in Miami, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
And
So are
it's
you
become sort of a tourist destination.
yeah, are you gonna go there with the truck with the van?
That would be something, but that's a long haul.
Uh-huh.
It would be about, I'm gonna guess, about 15-hour trip.
Yeah. I mean, would you drive it, or would you put it on a trailer, maybe, and
If I
trailer it
went,
down?
I would drive it.
Yeah.
If I went, I would drive it. Yeah.
But I mean, it's got everything new, right? It's gonna rock down that road, right?
It should. It definitely should. I think I've since the engine and transmission and all this it's been rebuilt. It's probably got 150 to 200 miles on the whole thing. So I don't know that it's been really road tested completely yet, but it hasn't given me any trouble.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it's like a van new vehicle.
It kind of is, and uh, the good thing about these older vehicles is that they were so simple, and they're kind of analog type stuff.
Mhm.
You know, there's only so much that can be wrong with it, and so if something does go wrong, a quick roadside repair, and you're back up and running.
Mhm. What are some of the common things that would go wrong with a vehicle like that of that era?
I would say overheating in traffic, um, unexpected leaking, and then of course, like if the transmission started leaking, it would start slipping. Um, the coil going out in it, or the nowadays uh, it's not too uncommon for the fuel to start to vapor lock, because with ethanol in today's fuel, it has a lower boiling point, and with the fuel line so close to the engine, sometimes it'll get the fuel line so hot with long distance travel that it'll start to break down. So
Hmm.
you have to keep those fuel lines really, really cool.
Yeah.
But those are
Now,
the type of things I'd expect
is there
to
an
happen.
aftermarket type of solution, some type of
Uh,
device you can add to that to do
yeah,
that?
some insulation for the piping, and also they make a spacer for the carburetor that keeps the carburetor sort of cool and off of the metal manifold. Things to that effect can
Hmm.
help with that.
Yeah. So there's some solutions, and you probably do. Is that like, I guess the word taboo to put some of those solutions in an older vehicle? Does that take away kind of the restore value of it, or is this something that's fine?
I
Okay.
think it's fine unless you're looking at some kind of concours type of restoration. It's the type of thing that actually adds value to the common car enthusiast.
Yeah.
You'd have to
Yeah.
be pretty hardcore not to want some of these improvements.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because they are going to be driving it from somewhere, even if they're not driving far, they're still driving it.
That's right.
Yeah. I get it.
And but I really need to mention this because I see that you're a musician,
Hmm.
and and you're into music. Well, I didn't get to talk about this until now. One of my major influences as to why I did a Kmart van, in addition to what I've already talked about, is music. Now, how does Kmart and music correlate?
Right.
Well, there's a genre of music called vaporwave. Have you ever heard of this?
I'm not familiar.
Okay.
Vaporwave. I'm writing it down.
Vaporwave. And
Okay.
it's one of the more unusual genres you'll ever hear. And it's very difficult to explain, but I'll try. So if you take some older music, some like elevator music or 80s music, old nostalgic music, and you put it through a processing to slow it down and to make it kind of lo-fi. You want the hissing of the tape, and you take this music and you chop it up and cut it and skew it and make it almost glitched. And sometimes the crazier you can make it, the better. But there's this underground following of vaporwave music. Kmart is sort of the poster child of the retail vaporwave genre, because it has a lot of abandoned places type of aesthetics to it. And but Kmart is just a humorous thing in a way, because it was a failed company. And it's a place you can't go back to. So it gives you that weird feeling like of nostalgia. But some dude that worked at Kmart for many, many years, and he played the music in the Kmart store. Well, Kmart headquarters would send him a tape to all the Kmarts across the country. He saved every one of those tapes, and he pulled them out and he put them on archive.org. And now they're there for everyone to listen to. So you can listen to a 1988 Kmart store, what was playing in the store that month. And it sent the vaporwave world tumbling. They were like enamored by this Kmart tape stuff. And a bunch of I guess DJs, like, I'll give you a couple of examples. There is an album about Kmart by a vaporwave artist named Power PC Me, and one Juicy the Emissary is kind of hip hop, but he uses samples from the Kmart tapes, because there's a lot of music on the Kmart tapes. And then there's some kind of like lost hits of the 80s that you never hear anymore, and you hear that stuff and it's like, okay, that's kind of weird, because this is what people in 89 were hearing while they shopped in a Kmart.
Nice. What's this guy's name that archived the Kmart tapes?
I don't know, but if you go to archive.org and just put in Kmart tapes, you'll see it. Yeah.
I'm going to look him up. I'm going to try to get him on the show.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
I'll tell him you sent me.
All right.
If he hasn't seen the van, he will. We're gonna make this happen.
That's
this
right.
is exciting, man. Yeah. I love it when I get to learn. Like, here I am, a guy that's really into music, and I've never heard of this, and I'm like, so yeah, this is great. That's what makes these little these calls so fantastic. It's like something amazing comes out of it. So I'm like I'm juiced. I'm excited, man. This is great. And I really hope you make the trek to take that van down to Florida. I think that would be epic. And I think you should film the whole thing. Like, definitely film the whole thing. And if there's anything we can do here at with Doug TV, we can do to help you with that down the road, you let us know, and I'd love to assist, and fundraising, advertising, whatever. We'd like to.
All right.
I'd love to help you out if we can.
That'd be awesome.
This is very exciting. Yeah. So I think you've answered all the questions I had. I always like to leave the end of the interview. I always like to leave it up to you. If there's something I've missed that you'd like to say, and you kind of shared that, which was great. I'm glad you did. Um, but is there anything else you'd like to tell the listeners? And maybe if you have any like YouTube pages and stuff like that, you'd like them to visit to learn more about what you do, feel free to share that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my YouTube channel is Sir Crunch 80, and join me and comment. And I like to try to comment on or respond to everyone. Join me there.
Fantastic. We'll do that. I'll be definitely checking that out because, like I said, I stumbled upon you on your Facebook page. I don't know if it was maybe it was your personal page even, or maybe you have a Facebook page for just for the van or something like that.
I don't, but I used my personal account and I posted to a group called K-Mart Friends.
Okay.
And it's a group of people that a lot of them worked at Kmart at some point, and then others are just there for just to kind of what you would call lurk and listen and watch and get Kmart info and see pictures of abandoned Kmarts and hear stories about Kmart. It's kind of crazy.
Well, that maybe I stumbled upon that group. I don't know. I'm on like tons of groups. Something's popping up sometimes. So who knows if one of my mutual friends might have been on there or something. But I think I just stumbled up on. I think it was just an organic post from your regular thing. Who knows? Maybe we have mutual friends. I don't know. I seems like I talked to somebody in your area, a music guy that's going to be on the show at some point, and it escapes me what his name was, but I might have got to you because you might be closer to him or something. So, or who knows? Maybe you're a fan of him. Who knows? But man, it was great having you on. I'm real excited to get to, like I said, just to know the story behind it and your motivation and this music thing. And are you going to listen to any music in the van? Does it have a 8-track player or anything like that in it?
Right now, I'm actually putting a Bluetooth speaker in the van when I want to hear music because it has no radio.
No radio.
It never had a radio.
Factor. Yeah. Okay.
No, it's just a big glove box door where the radio is supposed to be. If you ordered a van with a radio, that's where it would have been, but mine's just a door there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that would have been an upgrade and probably something that not everybody wanted back then. Even it was
right. Yeah, you probably wouldn't find a panel van, the ones without windows in the back, with a radio, because they were just made to work.
Yeah. Yeah, and their employer probably was like, "No, you can't listen to the radio." And maybe they might have had CBs they might have been listening to more than they would have been on radio at the time. Maybe, I don't know. So that's real interesting. Yeah. Well, thanks again for being on the show. And like I said, stay in touch. And if you got any developments, and especially if you go to Miami, you let us know.
Okay, I will.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
I'll stay in touch. I promise.